This has been a news-packed week for CIG. They've released all of their town hall videos, which is over 4 hours, I believe, of videos. If you have time to watch it, go ahead. It's actually pretty interesting. If you don't, then just stick with me and I'll go over some of the highlights. There's a lot to go over. I'll also go over the MobiGlas design post in a little bit of detail, so stick with me. Version 1.1.0 will be the module where we get access to multiplayer hangers, a contact list in our MobiGlas, in-game chat. We'll be able to check out ArcCore. We'll be able to do some window shopping in ArcCore, and we'll also have access to the SimPod. The SimPod will give us access to Arena Commander and the first-person shooter module. Instead of hitting the escape key and clicking Arena Commander, we'll actually walk up to a physical item or object in the game to be able to access these things. We got information about buggy skins. There will be new buggy skins coming out. Now, this doesn't sound too exciting, except for the fact that it's proof of concept that they have their customizable paint mechanic working, where they can swap out different paint jobs more easily. Basically, it's a second UV set that they are able to put into the CryEngine. The paint jobs are not just for the buggy skins, but will also be able to be used for ships of your own out in space, where you can have customizable paint jobs, as well as for player characters with customizable tattoos. We got information on cargo and how cargo works. It will have an anti-grav unit so you can move it around, and it will be accessible through your inventory screen in your MobiGlas. We got some more information about jump points. Beforehand, we believed that failing to jump would just cause instant death. But now we know that there will be different scenarios depending on how you failed. If you go only 10% through the jump point and you fail, you'll get kicked out of the system you tried to jump out of with some significant damage. On the flip side, if you go through the jump point and fail about 10% to the end, you'll get kicked out of your destination system, but you will also receive damage. We got to look at Terra Tower, which is said to be 3 kilometers tall, and also got some information that we will also be able to travel into another area in Terra called the Blocks, which is more run down, a little bit more dangerous, and probably where you're going to be able to do your shady deals. We got to look at Nyx, which is an old industrial settlement that was used as a mining colony, but now it's turned more pirate, turned more into the gray market after time. So if you steal stuff, that's going to be where you can fence it. We got a very short look at a system called Virgil with no details, just a concept art pic. We also got to take a look at a place called Helios, specifically a planet in Helios, which is a water planet that has active volcanoes that cause these giant waves. And it looks really cool. You can be flying through these waves when you're around on the planet, and you can see in the concept art picture the waves crashing against the walls of the city. We also got a look at some of the shops that we'll be able to window shop in ArcCore, and these include the G-Lock bar, which is of course a bar where you'll be able to get drinks as well as dance and socialize and other things like that. We got to look at a place called Cubby Blast. Cubby Blast is a small arms dealer that you can of course now window shop, take a look at what's available in the game, or what will be available in the game to buy in the future. We also got to look at a place called Astro Armada, which is a high-end ship dealer. They've worked on customs a bit more and give us some details. If you've lost your weapon license through illegal activity on the planet, when you go through customs, they will take away your gun, and you will have to go through customs anytime you get off your ship or get out of your hangar. We got another look at Dumper's Depot, just a short look. We've seen it before. It looks a bit more polished and very nice. It's the most complete environment that they showed us in this panel. We got to look at the TDD, or the Trade and Development Division, which is where you can go to get missions as well as check commodity prices. We got to look at the ArcCore Medical Unit. Here you can buy healing supplies like stim packs and bandages, and also this will be where you wake up if you die in game or lose a life in game. We got a little bit of information on the Quantum Drive. The Quantum Drive will move you in system at 0.2 c or 0.2 of the speed of light. It's estimated it will take about 8 to 10 minutes to go across the distance, the diameter of a system, but it most likely will stop multiple times in that system, as if anything gets in your way, it will turn your safeties on and therefore turn your quantum drive off, and you'll have to find a way around these obstacles or players or whatever's happening before you can kick in your quantum drive. The quantum drive will take about 30 to 40 seconds to start, and if you are shot at and hit, it will be interrupted. Now, there are also talks of careers, and two of them in particular, pioneers and pirates. All the careers in Star Citizen will feed into each other. And I'll give you an example with the pioneer. You'll do exploration, where let's say you find a derelict ship or an asteroid field. You find an asteroid field, you can sell that information to somebody who might want it, such as a miner who will say, hey, this asteroid field has a certain amount of resources that are of certain value, and if they're valuable to you, you might want to go out there and mine it. Of course, the pioneer won't be mining those himself. He'll go through and do the scanning and then sell the information. The same with all of the other careers that are planned. They will feed into each other, so we'll have a holistic system. We also got a little bit of information on piracy and the pirate gameplay and what that will entail. It's possible that you can sneak up on your target. You'll probably have to jam their distress calls so you don't have any people coming to interfere. And once you actually take their cargo, you're going to have to avoid the authorities to get to a place where you can sell your stolen cargo. You can get fake IDs. The ships will have shielded cargo spaces that'll be shielded against scanning, so you can smuggle things easier. And we also got details that stealing ships will be very risky. If you do steal a ship, you do not want to get caught because it'd be very easy to identify you. It's kind of like stealing a car in real life. There's also details that CIG is working with 3 Lateral, the makers of Rise, on their face scan and body scan tech. And they're also working with Andy Serkis's Imaginarium for their performance capture. They're trying to push Star Citizen to the next level, beyond Rise. They want something better than Rise, and Rise looks quite nice, so expect some great stuff in a few months. There's a lot more in the PAX South Town Hall presentations, but I just wanted to cover the big bits, and let's go on to the MobiGlas design post. The MobiGlas design post is quite detailed and quite long. It's a good read if you have time, but it describes the usefulness of the MobiGlas in the game world. The MobiGlas is like a small computer you keep on your wrist, and it has its own operating system and software. You'll be able to do shopping with it, where you can walk into a store, pull out your MobiGlas, focus on an item. It'll give you details about the item, and you can purchase it through the MobiGlas, and it will be delivered to your hangar. This tag system, which works on items in shops, also works on everything else in the world, including player characters and NPCs, where you can scan them to find if they have a bounty on them. You can scan advertisements where you can find, let's say you see a advertisement for a MISC freelancer and say, oh, that's a cool ship. Pull out your MobiGlas and it'll tell you where you can buy one. The system will have applications as well. Personalized applications that you can get depending on what you need them to do. Some apps include a scheduler, will tell you what's coming up, what's important to you. Skyline, which is maps of all of space, and you can plot your route before you go off into space. You'll have your personal inventory. You'll have your mission information. You'll have a communication system and contacts list. This system will also, when you launch it, will give you information dependent on your situation. So if you're in a combat situation and you take out your MobiGlas, it will give you things that will help you get more combat ready or have more information on what's going on around you. The MobiGlas can also be jammed in certain areas, so some places they might not want you scanning everybody. So in these situations, you might have to get certain expansions or different things to either break through the jamming, or you might just have to do it the old-fashioned way. The MobiGlas can also be damaged or destroyed, and that's detailed in the list, in the design post. Alright, I'm going to cut it off here. This is quite long, but there's so much that are in these Town Hall presentations. It's a good watch. You should check it out. Also, feel free to check out my Wing Commander playlists. I've gone through Wing Commander 1 and 2, now I'm on Wing Commander 3 in the middle of it. You can catch more on Wing Commander Wednesdays, and I do have a surprise this Monday for Mystery Mondays, so check it out here on the B.R.A.G.G.A.S channel. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in Diverse. Peace.